In this video, I'm going to finish setting up my barebow, and then I'm going to head outside and shoot my very first few arrows with my own barebow. So for those of you that are new here, my name is Jay Kaminski. I'm a two-time Olympic silver medalist. I have retired from Olympic-style archery, and now I've decided to start shooting some barebow for fun. I've been working to make this channel a really great resource for all types of archery, from tuning to form to exercises as well. So if you're interested in becoming a better archer, start by hitting the subscription button and the notification bell, because I'm pumping out tons of content lately and you don't want to miss out on what's coming down the pipeline.
You're watching the Jay Kaminski YouTube channel.
So in the previous video that went and did quite well, because the barebow community is an extremely energetic and enthusiastic community, it's definitely taken off more than I've thought, so I appreciate the love and support from the community for sure. I definitely feel welcome, so it's excellent. Anyway, in my previous upload, I stripped the bow down and kind of made it bare. And today I'm gonna put some weights on it, make sure it still goes through a ring just to start. I need to align my bow really quick, so I won't make you sit through here in the tutorial of it. I've already taught you guys, or I've at least already produced a video on how to align your limbs. I'll put a card up at the top. There'll also be a link in the description below where you can find that video. And in the previous video to this, I actually was tying on knocking points specific for this bow. So if you're interested in that video as well, I'll put a card at the top in a second. So I've already gone through the basis of making sure my tiller is split. I set my knocking point roughly about a ½ inch, between a quarter and a ½ inch above center. Some people have reached out to me and contacted me suggesting that, from Demmer to Dillinger to, I mean, you name it. Pretty much everybody has reached out within the barebow community offering help. So that's great. I really appreciate that. So I'm going to start with it there and see how it goes. These are 42-pound win-and-win limbs, so they're probably a little heavier than I want to end up shooting. I really don't feel the need to shoot 46 pounds anymore. I think the limb bolts are almost as far backed out as they can be. These are 500 spine Recurve RZs with whatever points I put in them. I totally don't even remember, so I'm gonna play with these and see how it goes. I'm sure it'll do all right. I already have a finger tab somewhat kind of built up. This is just an old Terry Laney tab, which is basically the KSL Gold from AAE. This is the one that I set up for my wife for her to start playing with barebow, but I'm going to play with this one today just for fun, and then I'll build another one for myself. I want to go shoot some arrows. Anyway, it's going to be fun. So I'm going to line the bow real quick and then go outside and shoot some arrows. So this shouldn't take too long. These win-and-wins are just super easy to adjust the alignment. I'm so glad I don't have to deal with those shims anymore that I used to have to on a Hoyt. Yeah, they're a little off. Not bad. Should probably throw a stabilizer on to make sure. Honestly, not even that bad. Just barely off. The bottom's off a touch. Maybe a 1/8 to a 1/16 of a turn off. So not a ton. Good enough. So yeah, like I said, I had a ton of people reaching out to me offering feedback, offering resources, and like I said, I really feel the love. I appreciate it very, very much so. And I've had somebody actually reach out to me and offer some design help with some apparel, which is really awesome. I'm definitely no graphic designer, and let alone be creative enough to come up with some of the neat designs that he did come up with. So if you're interested in checking those out, there'll be a link in the description below on where you can find those out. And I think for this video, I'm going to run a promo code. I'll do a 10% off for the barebow shooters out there. So anybody that uses the promo code Barebow, all capitals, will be able to get 10% off of whatever is on the store itself. I do need to do a video about what I am is and kind of what it means, because it's very important to me and was very important to my archery career. In a very small nutshell, it is essentially just, it's an affirmation. So, meaning meaning you want to talk to yourself in a way that you're wanting to be. Not with the desire of want, but with the attitude of you have already arrived. So that's where I am comes from, not I want to be. So I'll probably do a video about that one day, explaining the motivation behind the I am tattoo and what it means to me, why I got it, when I got it, and we'll talk about that more in the future. But that's where the basis of this whole apparel line that is coming out is kind of a branding deal for this channel, but also using the I am statement. My center shot's just a little bit off. It's pretty far in on the inside, so I'm gonna fix that real quick. All right, so now I've got my center shot set, my limbs aligned. I'm gonna throw some weights on. So for this, I'm just gonna stack a bunch of weights for now in that front hole and just make sure it passes through the ring and call it good. I don't really have an exact amount I'm shooting for. I don't even know what to consider or think about. So I'm just gonna use a bunch of weights I got laying around. I also imagine that these weights need to be in one piece in order to be legal. So that means that they're not a bunch of individual weights stacked together. I think that's potentially part of the requirements. So, and this is just for fun. I'm not necessarily gonna be competing right away with Barebow, as a serious competitor. Is there a rule of thumb where you guys go for trying to have the actual mass weight of the bow? I knew what I liked for my recurve stuff, but I don't know at all what works great on a Barebow. I don't like the idea of having the weight down here on the bottom pocket. I like having the mounting in the stabilizer hole. I don't like it down here because of the testing that I've done in the past, that when you put a lot of mass weight on one limb pocket and not both, it'll slow down the bottom limb pocket disproportionately compared to the top. So I'm worried about that. It sits pretty decent. And let's see, should pass through the ring. Yeah, I've got plenty. I'm gonna probably add a couple of ounces more. So it looks like I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 ounces. Obviously, I don't know what the mass weight is, but I'm legal, so we're gonna call that good enough. That looks like a decent amount of weight. That feels better too. I'm gonna throw limb savers on real quick, and then we're probably gonna go shoot some arrows. So I've got a couple sets of hush pucks that I've not played with. I don't know if they work at all. I think they do okay. I do not have any. I have some limb savers laying around, but the double-sided tape is all used, so I've got to stick new tape on them, and I just don't feel like doing that right now. So I'm going to stick a set of hush pucks on this side and this side, and we'll see how it works. But for me, where I like to put limb savers is as far out as possible, but not where the limb is flexing. So if you look real close on this wedge here, you'll see the core, the two layers of foam are separated by a wedge through here. And right where that wedge ends, that's about where the limb stops flexing. So this portion flexes and it stops right here. So I'm gonna put a hush puck here and a hush puck here on the top and the bottom. And if you ask me, it just seems a little weird that they allow you to put a limb saver on the inside of the limb and they don't allow you to have like this writing here that's factory. I think that that's illegal. I know in some places I've heard, oh, it's not, or it is, or whatever. I'm assuming it is, so it'll probably have to be taped off, yet the lettering on the inside of the limb and these limb savers are legal. So it doesn't make sense to me. None of that does. I've been to World Field Championships, and Vic Wonderly, his bow, they made him put tape over it because he had a bunch of arrow dings on his bow. And he's been to many, many World Championships with that same bow with the same amount of arrow dings, and they made him tape over it. It's like, we have a sight on a recurve, so we could use that for gauging the target. Why on earth would we be using arrow dings on the back? For Barebow, I guess I can kind of understand, but I don't know. I still think it's pretty ridiculous, if you ask me. But all right, I think I'm ready. We're gonna go shoot a few arrows outside and see how it goes. So if anybody's been wondering why you constantly hear chickens all the time, here's your answer. As you can see, we do have some chickens. All right, here goes nothing. I haven't shot since, like I said, Vegas of 2018. It's the last time I shot anything without wheels on it. This is gonna be really heavy, so I'm probably gonna shake. I know a lot of people have asked and been curious about what kind of anchor I was gonna use, so I guess you're gonna find out. My plan is to use this part here and hook it behind my jaw, kind of sit up there, just about like every other barebow shooter does, I suppose. So, just knocks a little off. And I'm at 10 yards-ish, so I'm just gonna crawl like an inch or something. Hopefully this target doesn't fall apart. It's seen better days. I need to make a new stand. Let's see, I hit high. I knew I was gonna be way high. I think I need to crawl more. I think, yeah, you crawl more for closer. Holy cow, this is a crawl. All right, well, I'm gonna keep playing with this. We'll see what happens. Okay, second end. Crawling thing is gonna be a little bit getting used to for sure. I hit the yellow on an 80 centimeter face at 10 yards. I think I'm doing all right. No, 60 centimeter face. Shows how much I've been doing this. Well, I've got a vertical group. I can definitely see that this will be fun, but it's going to take some time, for sure. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I know that the hardest thing is gonna be getting used to shooting without a clicker. Absolutely gonna be the most difficult thing. So it'll be a challenge, but I'm excited to try and play. Like I said, I haven't done this in forever. So I've had questions about what I'm going to do with my bow arm, if it's going to be any different from recurve to barebow. It's going to be the same. I'm just going to push where I want that arrow to go, just like I did with a recurve. And the tension and direction thing all the way through finish again. I think the bow's definitely too heavy for me. I'm going to have to get some lighter limbs. I mean, I have a group, kind of. If that was Vegas, that'd be a 10. Oh, it's getting heavy. Too heavy of a bow. Definitely did not pull that one back the same. All right, this is probably going to be the last end for the day. I think I need a lighter bow just for a while. That way I can at least hit my markers, get comfortable, get used to the positioning, because it's definitely different. I got one in the middle, finally. Well, I'm going to finish up with a few at blank bail just to totally take away the aiming thing, get used to some positioning, and then I'll shoot some more at a target. So that's probably going to be my game plan over the next, I don't know, bit. Shoot some arrows at blank bail, get comfortable with it. I might be able to get a couple more turns out of these limbs, and I don't know, I'll continue having fun. This is enjoyable so far. I'm going to do the same crawl. Just so heavy. I'm going to have to play with an anchor for sure. That felt better. Except for my shoulder. Yeah, this bow's way too heavy for me right now. That's alright, I'm not afraid to admit that. I haven't used archery muscles in forever. So that's what I need to do next. I need to get another lighter set of limbs. And then I will continue progressing forward. We'll see how this goes. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being excited. I appreciate it. This is definitely weird, but it'll be fun. We'll see what happens.
Thanks for watching, and thank you to my Patreon supporters. If you want to become a Patreon supporter or check out books, apparel, and some seminar info, head to jkaminski.com, and be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified every time a new video is uploaded. And I appreciate you watching. Thank you again.